Okay, Mom, you're on. So,
Well,
what's some of your favorite memories about living in Brooklyn?
I remember that everybody knew everybody. They were all very friendly. And when I used to go to the store for my mom, I had the candy store, the butcher shop, the grocery store, the drugstore, the tailor. They were all in a row on Avenue H. I used to love going shopping because I used to have a crush on some of the delivery boys. And Grandma Ethel was wondering why was I always so willing to run to the store for her. Because I used to hang out with the delivery boys.
You're always boy crazy.
And then, well, if you want to put it that way. And then coming home, I would come home with a cat and say that the cat followed me from the butcher shop. And we had to keep him because he had no home. So we kept him overnight, and my father, Grandpa, put him in a box with a grating from the oven over it. And Grandma was reading her book in bed at night, and the cat got out of the box, knocked the lamp over, and fell on my mother. And Grandpa was so distraught, he thought she really got injured on her head. So he put the cat out on the fire escape, and I started crying because I thought the cat was going to fall through the slats. So I took the cat in, I put him in the hall, and he meowed till about 3 in the morning. People were opening the door and said, "Get that cat out of here."
So what ended up happening to the cat?
I guess somebody either took him in their apartment or they put him out in the street, and he found his way back to Kahana's butcher shop. That was one memory I had. Don't get me started because I have a lot of memories. I was right across from the Brooklyn College athletic field. I was able to walk to my public school, my high school, and my college. They were all on the same street on Bedford Avenue in Brooklyn.
And you lived on Avenue H, right?
Right, 1918 Avenue H, apartment 2C. I was very fortunate.
How big was the apartment? Was it like 2 bedrooms? Or?
Yeah, it was 2 bedrooms. But initially, it was the home of some actors who starred in westerns like The Lone Ranger or Roy Rogers or Gene Autry, because there was a movie studio on Avenue N, and some of the stars lived in my apartment building. So they had a dining room where one of the bedrooms was with glass sliding doors, but we painted over them and made a bedroom out of it.
So did Uncle Jerry and you share the bedroom?
We shared it until we were a certain age, and then Jerry slept in the hall. We had I'm trying to think where he slept. Well, by the time he was a teenager, he asked for his number to be pushed up, and he went into the service early. So those were the few years that I had the bedroom all to myself. And then when he came out, I think I got married when I was in my early 20s. So it just all worked out pretty well for sleeping. It was a walk-up apartment. There were no elevators. And we had millionaires living across the street from us that owned X-Lax. Their name was Kiss. Bobby Kiss and I were friends. And there was people that owned a big piano store like, what's the name of some big piano store? Baldwin, but it wasn't Baldwin.
Matlin Hyde?
No, Matlin Hyde. That's from
local.
Cleveland.
Okay.
And, yeah, my brother was in the service. Uncle Jerry was nice and thin. He took pictures. You wouldn't recognize him. He was 1/3 of the size he is today. And, yeah, so I had a very nice childhood. We lived around the corner. It was a dead-end street. We used to ride our bikes there and roller skate. And my pediatrician lived on the corner. I used to be his babysitter, Dr. Starr. I took care of his 2 children. And he was a virtuoso on the piano. When his wife, Sydney, was getting dressed, he would sit down and say, "Evelyn, what show tunes would you like to hear?" And he played a whole entourage of songs from different musicals, like Music Man, Kiss Me Kate, and what's that one with Maria? I once met a girl named Maria.
West Side Story.
West Side Story. I always forget the name of that. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to switch to Dad in a minute here.